Twice a Week podcast, episode 3.
Nice, dude.
That was good.
That was sick.
Tight. Only took us 3 episodes to figure it out. 2 episodes.
Yeah, that was good.
Because, yeah. It's National Mimosa Day. We've got some leftover champagne from that, so that's what we're sipping on today.
Oh, yeah.
Keep things loose. It's real nice.
Mimosa Monday.
Mimosa Monday. We're on episode 3, and we came in here with no agenda. We filmed. We filmed. You think we'd be getting our shit more together, but it's falling apart. Okay, already. This is great. What we want to do, though, I think, let's tell them about how we became friends.
Yeah.
When we started hanging out, how we met. Just kind of how everything went, finding out each of us did something with music. And
So, I guess I'll start with my personal music history.
Sure.
See, I've always been involved in music, as you know. I would always like to play piano or just get my hands on any instrument I could and see if I could play it. As far as producing goes and, like, the production side of things, I started getting into that, I would say, like, early high school. I had this really old, like, I think, like a Lenovo laptop with something called Virtual DJ downloaded on it. And Virtual DJ was like it's just like a scaled down archaic version.
You just know that I don't know what that is.
It's like a scaled down archaic version of Logic, and I had no idea what Logic was or what a digital audio workstation was at that point in time. I just knew I liked to try to put songs together and make them fit.
DJ Pooley.
DJ Pooley.
Yeah, that's right.
What was I going with that? Oh, yeah, and then I had some friends in high school, and I was in, like, a little folk band, and we played together, like, I think, like, 5 or 6 times probably, and we would always meet up and practice. And then after high school, we all went our separate ways, and I didn't really do much with music for a couple years, just kind of, like, would play, like, wherever there was an instrument and just mess around. Then Jason and I met when I was in college, and he was visiting one of his friends who was one of my mutual friends as well, who also went to the same school that I did. And that's pretty much where we met and, like, became pretty close friends, I would say. It was, like, the beginning.
Yeah, we initially met. Man, Pooley was straight edge.
Oh, yeah.
Whoo! Here, cheers to the triple X. Jake Smith, our great friend, was a mutual friend.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very organic, and it started out well. But we really, like, hung out for the first time when he ended up going over to college, and I was visiting one of my buddies. I forget exactly the moment that it was brought up, but I was freestyling a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I was just kind of always freestyling, like a douchebag, just freestyling all the time. And you're like, oh, dude, like, I do music too.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, dude, I just got this program. My dad got it for me because he thinks I'm sick.
Telling you.
And dude, we were so friendly that trip. We were like getting along as good as anyone else.
Yeah.
And just ended up, Pooley only had a motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up hopping in my car and we drove back home together.
Yeah, so I was driving like an hour to work on my motorcycle for a while, like a month or two. And then Jace was living in Gulf Breeze, which was way closer to work. It was only like 10 minutes as opposed to an hour. So him and his dad were generous enough to let me live with them for a pretty decent while. Was it like
over a month?
Yeah, it's
for sure.
over a month.
I mean, you were coming over every week, and then it finally was like, oh,
yeah,
that couch is mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were nice enough to let me do that and save me just like, like an hour and a half a day of travel, 2 hours a day travel. But I was there, and then I just started messing around with Logic. Like when I had spare time, I would just go into Jace's room, and it was like a little mini MIDI controller setup.
Yeah, we got it somewhere.
Somewhere around here. Whatever. But yeah, he had a little mini MIDI setup, and I would just kind of teach myself the basics of Logic, and like, it was just really fun. Like I was having a good time with it, and then I think you either had some like rap audio files already on there, I think maybe, and that's when we started making the first song, which his name will not be mentioned.
Yeah. No one's ever going to know.
I don't remember. We recorded the vocals.
Yeah, I had a bunch of stuff written down, and you're like, here, I'm going to... Which is funny because that's not how we usually do it now. Like, the 99% of the time, beat comes first.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why the songs was terrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what? It wasn't
No,
fucking
it was
terrible.
good.
It wasn't terrible. And you guys are going to see it sometime.
At some
As
point.
soon as we're comfortable enough with ourselves.
We got to find it first.
We still care too much about what people think about us.
Yeah.
To show.
Exactly.
Well, you hit a certain age, I hear, where you just don't care anymore. And it's like, okay, here you go.
I wonder where it's at.
But yeah, so ours started to be put in on Logic.
Fast.
Like that, as soon as you laid that first bass line down for... I was like, dude, okay, I'm writing, baby. Like, let's go.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. That was the beginning.
And then we're like, man, can we just, like, can people hear this? Like,
Yeah,
let's see how we can upload to SoundCloud. We're like, whoa.
Oh, that's pretty easy.
You can just put it on there?
Whoa.
Even if I'm talking about jacking off?
You can just put that out there for people to listen to?
Yeah, dude.
So, yeah, and then we got a house together in Gulf Breeze.
Yeah, we eventually became big boys.
Oh, yeah.
And we moved across the street from my dad.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like one
like
street.
2 streets over.
Yeah, 1 or 2 streets over. With another one of our friends. And my room since the beginning has been the studio. Even in the second house that we lived together, his room was 74 times bigger than mine. But we kept the studio in my room. I don't know if that was me or you were just like being polite, and since I didn't say anything, you're just like, okay, like we'll leave it in here.
Yeah. That was ridiculous.
It's like, this makes no sense. Like, you don't use any of your room besides your bed.
Yeah.
And like we have a desk and these speakers and microphone with the soundproof thing. It's already like just a litter box that I live in.
We have to find
That was so fucking stupid.
That was really stupid. We've got to find I know there's videos of us in that studio somewhere.
Yeah, recording with the blanket over my head.
Yeah, I know there's a video somewhere. We need to find it. And if we can find it,
Yeah, we will.
we need to put it.
Yeah, we'll find.
But yeah, do you want to talk about your early interest in music? Or?
Yeah, so my parents both have really good rhythm. My dad taught me how to play the drums, like the basics, always hit the kick with the cymbal and all that kind of stuff. He's a very good dancer, actually. My mom played drums, band. I don't know if she did in college, but definitely high school. So I've been drumming for a really long time. My mom actually got me a guitar so that, white privilege, so that I could write a song for a girl to ask her to prom in high school. And that's how I learned the guitar, was writing a song to ask someone to prom. But it was high school before I really started listening to music. And it all started with Eminem and Lil Wayne. And that's all I fucking listened to. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I listened to. And I feel like I'm definitely way different than them and not as good and stuff. But you could, like, people guess, like, oh, you probably listened to them, right?
Yeah. True.
How we try to put stuff together and be super clever and sometimes really fast or whatever. But yeah, then I started getting really into freestyling with this random group of friends that I started hanging out with that were older than me. And I was living with Dave at the place before we lived with you for a little bit. And so he got me these 2 speakers, which I still have, mini MIDI controller, which we still have and use whenever we go on surf trips.
I'm going to find it. Hang on. I know it's over here somewhere.
Yeah, it is here.
My fucking legs. Oh, I found it. This thing.
The first ever. And this fucking laptop.
Yeah?
It's my first laptop.
Yeah,
and I
you're
need
right.
to get some more RAM on her. But
What songs were made on these? Like, what's the most recent song that we have that were just made with this, for the instrumental stuff?
Stephen King.
That's
But
released.
that's
That's
nothing
released.
that's released. Headphone, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, headphone and everything released before was made on this, as far as like the instrumental or the music goes, and then the vocals were mixed and everything on that and Logic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, this stuff, it doesn't break, so you just keep using it, right? Why? I mean, we obviously have
Bigger one.
quite a bigger one now, but
We got some different methods of
some different methods.
recordation.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about our first ever time on stage together.
All right, so Let's see. I don't know where to begin. So we were in.
So fucking goddamn stressful.
We got tagged in an Instagram post for something called the Showcase Tour, which was this traveling tour / competition thing for indie musicians. So we had to submit our tracks to a DJ before we actually went to the show, and we needed 10 minutes to fill. And so we didn't have that. I remember that we didn't have that much like really produced high quality music. So we didn't we like make a song?
Yeah.
Like 12 hours before we had to drive to Miami from Pensacola.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we needed music to fill like our slot. So we made a song and then went and performed it. The 10-minute set list, but it's a miracle, or it's not a miracle. We ended up driving to Miami from Pensacola when you could have bought a plane ticket for $80. And
Which we found out in Orlando, which is like 5 hours from Miami.
Yeah. I don't know why we didn't think about just getting plane tickets, but
yeah,
it's a good
meant to be.
It's a good thing we didn't get plane tickets. You want to tell them why?
Because we didn't rehearse. So
we
decided, because it was $400 just to play in front of like these judges that are like, what are your credentials here?
How many people do you think?
Anyways, there was like 30
like total
bands on the card, right?
Yeah.
For that night, for one night. It was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The entire show went very well, all 10 minutes of it. And we ended up rehearsing. We rehearsed for 12 hours straight driving to Miami, and so
That's right. Okay, yeah.
Because we had the set list on an MP3 file or whatever.
Right, yeah. So if we would have nice. If we would have beep. Yeah, so if we would have flown, we wouldn't have been able to rehearse for it. And for 12 hours, we ran through 4 fucking songs.
Yeah.
And just rapping. And we're like, okay, whenever there's like a ting or whatever, maybe we'll do this like synchronized thing to make it cool. And then you go to this side of the stage for this song. Like we're like, what the fuck are we supposed to do? We've never done anything. You had done live stuff, but man, was this
nothing
different.
like that.
It was fucking, and there's nothing we can't like go back and like play on the drums with the little guitar. It's just Mike and Mike like, all right, dude, we're only rappers today.
Yeah.
And we don't look like it. Which is probably why we didn't place. But the show went so good. It went so well. I DM'd one of the judges because I was super butthurt.
I for real thought.
No, we got off stage and we're like, we just fucking won. We left after we got off stage. And we were like middle of the pack of, let's say, 30 people.
Yeah.
And
we had to walk outside. I was shaking so bad because I was like, that was the scariest thing I've ever
dude, and that
done.
was just the most. All right, guys. We're struggling with this episode 3, man. Technical difficult. Technical difficulties all around. We do realize that there was a shirt in the shot the whole time. We're fucking sorry. It'll never happen again.
I think it's okay.
My microphone's about to die, and we don't have any more batteries. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll get on Spotify. Our podcast will be there, the audio. We are twice a week.
And let's have a chat.
Boom, baby!
Oh!
Oh, we made it. She's still flashing. Okay. Tad balls. Tad balls.